So, welcome to No Shame. So, today I have an interesting ninja, alright? We've had him on before, and to be honest, to try and get a story out there, you need 12 hours you would to try and get a story out there. So, what we've done this week is I've got him, and I'm just going to pull his brain apart. If you haven't been watching him, it's Colin Byrne on a Shinobi vlog. The Shinobi vlog was created, I'd say, back in 1992 when on a camcorder. It was before everything. Would have been before vlogs and blogs and Instagram and stuff like that. But to me, Colin was the only one that I knew doing anything like that back in the day. And if you haven't been keeping up with his vlogs, you are missing out. I'm gonna get Colin on the podcast here, but hope everybody's keeping well. No doubt that was another tough week behind us in the bag. Try and find some things to keep you focused, keep your head sharp, and if you feel like, I don't know, killing somebody, go outside and do some jumping jacks or something like that, because it's been working for me. Colin Byrne, let's have you, son. Look at the ninja.
What? Aha!
This is a pork pie, Paddy.
Look at that bad boy.
Do you like the top?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, whoa. What was the other one? Fred Paddy.
This is a preview. This is a new company, an English company. Cool stuff. It's leisure.
Last time I seen somebody wearing a Fred Paddy top, they were rubbing me gaff.
Well, yeah, or beating the shit out of someone. You know what I mean?
Do you know what's mad? That Anthony Smith story. Did you hear that during the week?
Do you ever fight someone like that, Paddy?
If you read my book, I fought a bloke in the nip, right, in me gaff. Did I ever tell you that story?
No.
I'm not ringing you to tell you a story now. What? It's not about you.
They will hear, Paddy.
Oh, stop. I was in bed one morning. This is for you. I probably told this before I was in bed one morning, and I moved down my housing estate into a nicer housing estate around the corner, right?
Housing estates, Paddy. Is that
Listen, back in the day, it was like, see over there, son. Don't go over there. That's the dark side, you know. But I woke up and there was keys rustling one day, right? And I'm up in the bed, and I hear some steps coming up the stairs. I thought it was her. And like my eyes opened, didn't move in the bed.
Right.
This head peeps around my door, right? Like this in my bedroom. And I didn't move, like, so he must have thought, like, what's this fucker sleeping with his eyes open or something like that? So I didn't move, I just had my eyes open, and I was like, what the fuck was that? So right, I slides out of bed, didn't hear him going down the stairs, walks over to the door, and I mean in the bollock, in the nip, right? And I looks out the door, and whatever which way this bedroom was right in the house, if you looked out the door, the stairs ran parallel to the wall, you know what I mean? And your man's on the top of the stairs, he is leaning over the banisters like this, and like looking at me. And our reaction, it was like a snake's tongue or something. Bang! I just heard him, right? And he just went down the stairs, right behind the ear, I caught him, and he went down the stairs, right? Yeah. And ran back into the bedroom, trying to get a pair of jocks on, has one leg on, and I'm screaming down for him, wait till I get you, and I start out now, fat at 10. Then we ended up down having a little lower him in the bleeding hall I did in the jocks. And he got out the door now, he locked the door now behind him and all, so we were going to war like it was, but when Anthony Smith was telling that story, I was fucking like, here, man, I know how scary that sounded. And he said it was scary as well. So I was like, listen, mate.
It's just different because they're fighting for their life. They're not fighting for a referee's decision. It's a different type of fight. Yes. I had one time, Paddy, on a Saturday. I used to work on a building site. I used to live in this house next door to the Gravediggers, right? Over in Glasnevin. And my outfit lived in the other flat. And out the back, Eugene, that owned the bar, had his stock, you know, all the barrels and all the shit, you know. And I used to work painting houses up in Clonee. And it'd take you 5 days to finish a house. But I was always late, so it'd take me 5.5. So I'd have to go in on the Saturday and to finish it to get paid for it, right? So on Saturday, I would always dress up going to a building site because there's no one on the site. So I'd wear my best gear on a Saturday going to the site, get there, change into my overalls, go in, and then get back into my best gear because it's Saturday, right? You got to differentiate the days here, Paddy. I had these like it was summer. I had these like Nike 3/4 length shorts. They were like it kind of like casual line. They were kind of super cool, cream. Put them on. I'm putting the milk on me fucking muesli. And next of all, my dad says, "Quick! There's someone out the back attacking Eugene with some bottles." And I was like, "Fuck!" So I look around, and I'm a man of many weapons, as you know, Paddy. Right? So I look around and it was like a scene out of Pulp Fiction. I had the sword here, I had the other thing here, and I'm looking, and here's what I grabbed, right? So I grabbed this choke, the Kasari. You might have seen me in the video. I was thinking, right? I put it over my neck like this. So I run out, and I see a man outside. He's got a bottle in each hand, and Eugene's there, and there's a 6-foot wall. I jump over the wall, land on the barrels, jump down, and he's there with a bottle in each hand. I goes, put down the bottles. And he goes, what are you going to do about it? And my dad's there, and Eugene's there. And I got this, and I swung it over his neck, locked it up, pulled his head down, kneed the face off, and smashed his fucking nose in. Blood all over me fucking shorts. And then we end up rolling into the garage. He grabbed me by the fucking nuts.
Oh!
I'm punching the head off him. Wouldn't let go of me nuts, like just squeezing the fuck out of him, you know? Anyway, he reached up, grabbed the chain with a lock on it, and then he finally got out through the fucking back thing and bailed, you know? And then the cops came. And my shorts are ripped, with no top on, blood all over me, it's all his blood. And then the cops come, special branch with a fucking 9mm, you know? And I was like, look, it's not me. I'm not going that. And they kind of like put me in the car. We drove around looking for this guy with a crooked nose. But that was that. We never found him.
We had the police trying to arrest me after my situation.
No.
Swear to God, yeah. They were like, listen, if he presses charges, he's in my house, mate. That's a mad story, that one there. But hey, your man Anthony Smith as well. How did we even get onto this? Look, people didn't even plan to talk about this, but your man Anthony Smith used to train with Mick Doyle.
Did he? The boxing guy?
That's the Muay guy, Mick Doyle, eh?
Right.
The mongoose, yeah.
I never met him.
Oh man, you're missing out. You've never
character, yeah.
He's sound, he is, man. He's a good lad, him.
Mm.
But your man Anthony Smith was saying how strong your man was, like. And it turns out your man was a wrestler. Your man had like a decent wrestling, like high school wrestling pedigree.
So see, what happens is you have this dial that goes up to 10, and every now and then you go up to 9, maybe 10 in a fight where you have to dig in. You know your dig-ins where you're getting choked. These cunts have an 11 on the dial.
Yeah.
And they just go straight to it. And you're like, hang on, what's this? Oh, I went up to 10. Nah, a little thick.
It's like 1 round at a time, mate. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to get ready for this.
Yeah. But the old Kasari was great. Great little weapon.
I wouldn't even know the weapon. I know you're a man of weapons. I've seen you with the sword, man, the katana. The katana warm up, I'm into that.
Well, you see, that's you gotta earn the respect of the blade. So I have to pay homage to the blade before I touch the blade. So I do 50 cuts. Then I hold the blade up, or the boken, and then I do another 50 cuts. I do 200 cuts before I touch the blade.
Did you get the watermelon in one?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I wasn't paying another fucking £6 for one, was I? One kill. No pressure.
I fucking hope you got that right.
No pressure. You want to see how clean the cut is on the fucking melon though when you feel it. It's just super clean.
You should have done a zoom picture up of it. If you haven't seen this, this is on a Shinobi vlog, alright? Colin's vlog is, I'm telling you, and I was emotional this week.
I'm getting good, haven't I?
It got there, yeah.
Something else. It's what it was when I got here, I was the last person on the last plane to get into this fucking town, and they stopped me at the boarding to get on the plane. Ask them, like, so you know the way you any plane I've ever been on in my life, you get a passport and you've got your boarding pass, right? And you get to the boarding gate and on you go, right? Ryanair's there, all good luck to you there, right? And I was thinking, even when I was booking the flight, I was like, geez, it's getting a bit tight here. And I like to leave things to the last minute, but this was getting a little bit tight. And I was looking at the way things were going, and I started doing a video maybe 2 days before that, because I was thinking, like, when this kicks off, because I'd been off social media, I bounced off social media after the cowboy fight. I decided I was consuming too much, Paddy. I just thought, like, fuck, I'm done with it. I don't want to look at a Facebook or Instagram again. Delete from my phone. So when this thing started happening, I thought, all these Instagram models are going to fall apart real quick because they just don't have character. And they're going to be crying into them overpriced matcha tea. And their influence is kind of going to go pear-shaped. So I thought, I'm going to step up and bring back the fucking vlog again. Because I'd fallen out of love with that, and I thought, I'm going to do something a little bit different. And it progressed into these new ones. But when I got here, I started doing, I had a few ideas what I wanted to do. And then I realised there's a load of, I started with telling a story about a friend of mine and how we met and how it progressed on and how I didn't like him at the start and ended up and a lot of my friends, I don't like them when I meet them because they're too much like me. I'm looking at myself going, he's a cunt. You know what I mean? And then it's like, actually, I'm not too bad, you know, that kind of way. And so what happened was I started doing these little monologues, and they started, and they're all one take, Paddy. I don't rehearse it, nothing. I just put the camera on, make it a bit moody with the lighting, put a hat on and a pair of glasses for the reflection. And then I just fucking talk, and I'm actually looking back on them and watching them myself after I edit them and sitting and watching it and going
and enjoying it.
Enjoying it because it doesn't look like me or doesn't sound like me, but and it's fluid. There's no airs, buts, nothing. And I'm super happy with them because it's, like I said, my own man's got dementia now and he doesn't remember anything. Whereas at least I have it down, the story, you know, where before it becomes too distorted. So that's what I've been doing, yeah. Training like an animal and reminiscing about fucking people I met and along the way and what got me to the races. That's pretty much it, Paddy, yeah.
I was watching a film yesterday, right, and I recommend this because you mentioned dementia there.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not messing. We haven't got emotional to a film in a while, and this is a kids' film. This is a Disney film called Coco.
Yeah, right there.
Coco, right?
Gotcha.
If anybody's listening to the podcast now, they're going to be like, I know what you mean, if they've seen it, right? Sorry?
We live, are we?
Yeah, we're live, yeah. I just rolled straight through as well, that's it. There's no edits here either. There's no time for editing. Robin sucks it together. He puts it together, you know what I mean? He's the real brains. But the Coco film, right? It's about a little Mexican kid, right? And what happens is that they do a day of Day of the Dead. Do you know that? So they do a thing called Day of the Dead, right? And they put their pictures out of all of their family tree, right? And this is one day where your family can come back to you and you leave your offerings out for them, right? One of the parts of his family is that his granny hates the granddad or something like that, right? And he rips off his face, he does. And he doesn't get to come back, right? But he's this famous musician and stuff like that. And the kid's mad at the music, but the family band music, all right? Tell you, go watch this, it's brilliant. But if somehow he gets kind of caught up in this course and this spell the little kid does, and he gets to go over to the other side, and he meets all his his relatives, if you must, have passed on.
Right.
And it's this incredible story about that togetherness and the dementia part is what when you mentioned dementia there, is that if somebody forgets you, Colin, all right, when you're dead, the last person that forgets you, then you fade away and you don't even belong in the afterlife anymore in this film.
Wow.
Which is creepy, all right? So the granny that's the last one left of his grandpa, all right? His grandpa is actually a really, really good man, but he was made out to be a bad man in death. But in death, he becomes good again, and he kind of resurrects he comes back and resurrects. I won't ruin the film for you.
Right.
But the dementia part is the granny starting to lose her mind a little bit, and she's forgetting. She's the last one to remember the grandfather, her papa, and she's starting to lose the idea, and he's fading on the other side. So the kid has to come back and remind them, and it's like, well, like, what a way of looking at life.
It is, because it's like, in reality, you're only 2 generations from being forgotten.
Yeah.
And like, one of my reasons for doing vlogs when I got here first was, I probably told you this before, that I kind of had different lifetimes where I'd done different things, and then my memory started kind of getting skew-whiff about it, and then the Doc Julian had different stories to me, and I thought when I got here, I'm going to document it, because I don't know how long I'm going to do martial arts for. It's not going to be for my whole life. I'm going to do other stuff. I'm going to move on. There's loads of shit to do, right? But you've got to stop, look, and listen to get to the next thing, to grow you, to build you, and then you're going to move on, be a monk or whatever you're going to be, you know. But yeah, that's why I started doing videos, just to remember what it was like at a particular period of my life. And I think it's a great thing to have and to look back on. And even these ones now, just reminiscing about stories. Like, I was thinking of one there today. There was a guy, Mick Lawless, I'm going to do a story tonight on him, and he used to bring us to the bike races. And his son got in touch with me the other day saying, you know, I wish I could remember more of the stories about my dad. But I remember a lot of stories about his dad, because when I was 15, I was a junior bike rider. There was no way getting to the bike races, to be all over the country every week. And he'd ring Mick Lawless, and any space in the van, Mick, he'd be up in Tala.
Yeah, is it Paul Doyle and I used to go? Paul Doyle and I used to go, which is did he?
Doyle used to be on. He was on a different team. We were on a different team, but you'd ring Mick Lawless, you go up, and there'd be a bunch of like 15, 16-year-old lads, 8 of us, and we'd all bail into a high ace. Now, when the high aces were small now, Paddy, not these big fucking...
That was a light ace, wasn't it?
I like a light ace now, right? Tiny little fucking things. We take off the front wheel and we put the bikes in, and we'd all cram in the back. 3 lads in the front with Mick, and someone would have a cassette tape to play the music to motivate us on the way. And he'd be on the bleeding sauce. You know what I mean? Because what happened is one of the lads would get 5th or something in the race, and we'd have to wait around for 3 hours for him to get his trophy. And then Mick was a kind of man of the people. Everywhere we went, everyone knew him. Now, I never saw him on a bike. Do you know that kind of way? He'd look after us. And then he'd always have a few points with whoever was there. And he'd be fucking hammered coming back in the thing. And we'd be all drop us off at Tallinn and I'd drive back to Crumlin. And that was it.
And like back in the day in a van like that, remember that? I remember getting occasionally being drove to Belfast in the back of a van. Now listen, it was I volunteered to be in the back of the van.
Yeah.
But like you'd have a mattress in it, and me and my cousins would be wrestling each other till the end, you know what I mean?
And we didn't have a mattress.
A mattress. We used to put a mattress in the back of it. Because
down, try and make it soft, you know what I mean?
Some of the houses that you used to drive that, like, you'd have that many of you to turn up, you'd realise, oh shit, that's not enough beds. There's a van, you know what I mean? 4 kids in the van, 2 parents into the kids' beds. People would be getting dragged out of houses and sleeping in a van in the front garden. They would be. You wouldn't get away with it these days, would you?
Not at all, not at all. But it's amazing the characters you meet along. Like I was on Instagram yesterday. With no helmet on. Went out for a bike ride or something like that, and I just get this like, not wearing a helmet, organ donor. And I was just like, you have no idea. Like someone sent me a photograph of Sean Kelly the other day, riding the Paris-Roubaix over cobblestones in Belgium, 8-hour race in the rain, and his bike's sideways. None of them have helmets on. Do you know what I mean? Like none of them. Hard cunts. That's what they wear. Hard cunts. And I see like, you go into Crumlin. Actually, I saw 2 kids here yesterday. They must have been about 3. And they're there, the little Johnny has his helmet on, and little Mary has her helmet on. And they're going about 2 miles an hour on a bike. And then you go back to Crumlin, and then the lads are on the wrong side of the road. The other fellas on the handlebars, they're going down. And they're the ones that'll make it. Not these.
Yeah, listen. Especially with all this stuff going on. So Chelsea, obviously Chelsea would have been like well raised, you know what I mean? Now she grew up in a council estate and stuff like that, but she was well raised, and I'd be saying to her, we're going to see who the real childhood, what childhood you needed to have for a time like this. You know what I mean?
Can you see that?
Hold on, no. Your screen broke.
No.
You can see it. I think John Laddie posted a picture like that today as well.
John Kelly, fucking god of a rider, in the fucking muck on the cobbles in Flanders, winning that.
Like, and they're the ones where you just can't practice for them races back in the day as well.
And maybe like 8.5-hour slogs. You get like 200 lads starting and about 10 fellas finishing. The Hell of the North. There's a great documentary on it.
98 dying.
No one ever fucking died. They just fell off and got back on again. That's it. You got a puncture, your bike broke, you got another bike, you got another puncture. They all fell off. Everyone fell off.
We are in a place of society now. Really sorry to go over you there. I heard somebody talking about immunity and stuff like that being built up now. So I looking into it, the amount of stuff that breaks down your immunity, the fear, anxiety. We didn't know all of that stuff actually had a chemical reaction in your body which affected other reactions. You know what I mean? Regarding your immunity to things. So probably the worst thing that could be going on is, I don't know, the media bleeding, making people even more scared at a time like this, dropping the immunity. Like you were saying there with kids, when I was a kid, my immunity was built up on the muck hills of Jobstown. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm half X-Men. You know what I mean?
It just gives character, you know, and if you wrap your kids in cotton wool and you don't fall, break their leg or break their arms, like, you know, Jeff that comes trains here with me, Jeffrey Knight.
Jeff, I was only talking about Jeff's kid the other day. Is that what you're going to do?
From Knight Industries, he has these kids and they're wild kids. Like, you wouldn't know whether they were boys or girls. You know, they're just wild jungle kids. And I have, you know, in my gym where the ropes are in the green room, goes up about 20 feet and there's a bar across. I went in there one day and your man was hanging out of his feet by the fucking bar, upside down. He was hanging there like a bat. Where's his feet?
He is a great kid, isn't he?
Yeah,
He
like,
drops in here on New Year's Day or on Christmas Day and the New Year's and stuff like that. And do you know what? He's one of the nicest kids ever. He's so polite. I think he was playing with a spinning top the last time, a wooden spinning top. He was playing with.
yeah, mad
Now,
kids.
is the sad thing, right, Colin, that if you decided to bring your kid that way, that you're literally going to kind of put him into a situation where he's not part of the group, but in a way where like the group is the ones going forward that are their immune system is on the floor, their obesity is rising, their I don't know, the glutton for punishment is very, very low. If the milk is not there in the morning, they don't know how to put water on the cereal. You know what I mean?
I was thinking about that the other day. I was kind of like, I was in the town and there's absolutely nothing open here. You know, so I was just thinking, like, what about people that can't cook? Like, especially like this generation. Like, I remember hanging out with Dylan Dennis and he can't cook an egg.
Jesus.
You know, just literally cannot cook anything. Doesn't know how to put toast in a toaster. And like, there's a ton of people like that don't know how to cook. And I was just thinking, okay, the supermarkets are open, but what if you can't cook any food? And what are you going to do? Eat a pizza?
You'd be knocking into your neighbours. Will you boy, it's an egg?
Yeah. And there's a load of kids like that. And Jeff's kids went to Steiner School. Have you ever heard of Steiner School?
No.
It's like a German school, and there's a few of them here because there's a lot of kind of off-the-grid hippie type heads. And you don't have a notebook or pen. You're just outside all day, and you're counting leaves and learning about nature. And there's no classroom. Zero classroom.
And is that a school there?
Yeah, there's two of them here, Steiner schools. You look it up.
Do you know what? Someone said to me there the other day about intelligence.
Well,
sorry?
They're in Dublin as well.
Someone said to me about intelligence the other day. He was saying, when kids go to school, they actually get a little bit less intelligent. If you think of a kid in the first few years, how much they can actually learn and absorb regarding like languages and like they don't know a language to learn a language. Like you can imagine people trying to learn a language in 4 years. Like that's a short time to be learning a language without knowing a language. But then kids go to school and they kind of all roll in behind the same outdated system and education stuff that's going on now. Obviously they have iPads and all this kind of stuff now, but like to me they should be teaching video editing. There should be a class on like entrepreneurship. What?
Tax returns, like basic shit, accounting, how to hold your money and not pay tax, all that stuff. Offshore accounts.
If you make enough money, then people will approach you. They'll find you. They will. If you make enough money.
You know, kids are not like that. The main things are like, but the Steiner school. Well, I think the reason why kids learn quicker is that you're like, that computer that you need a new one and it's running. It takes 15 minutes for it to start up because all the hard drives are clogged up with fucking unnecessary fucking cookies and experiences and files and shit that you don't need in your life. So I think that's why they learn so fast. But I like that Steiner school. There is one in Ireland. Maybe you should send the Youngfla there. You know what I mean? There's two names for Steiner and then something else. But I like the idea of, because I was never good in the classroom environment at all, to be honest. Let's be honest here. I was probably one of the worst kids in school.
Yeah, I was pretty shit there as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, but it was funny. So no one ever fucked with me.
Yeah. Here's similar, man. I reckon me and you would have gone on with each other in school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or we would have been beefing, one or the other. We would have started off beefing and then we would have been friends.
Or else it would have been probably like, I'm the only guy in the village type of scenario. You know what I mean? Well, not you. You know what I mean? Like, but I had this, like, I was the smallest kid in the year, so there would have been 3 levels of that year. The upper level, middle level, and the stupid level. I was in the middle level, just on the edge of it, being drafted in with the dumbasses. But I was the smallest by far, and for the whole of like the small amount of time that I was in school, no one ever fucked with me, not once. One time, someone gave me a slap, and then there was always a head honcho in the class. There was always the dude that was in charge. He was the fucking boss of the class.
You didn't know him, you were him.
Yeah, and like, that was it. Yeah, right. So I wasn't him, but I used to make him laugh, and then they heard that I got a slap off this guy, and 4 of them held this guy down while I had to fucking slap him back. That was it. No one ever fucked with me.
It was like, I thought you were going to say there, someone slapped me, and do you know what happened, Paddy? I took out a battle axe.
I was before I got into the martial arts stuff. I was very I'm just witty and funny, more of a fantasist.
It's usually them people that are witty and are that funny people that have to learn how to fight.
Yeah.
They have to learn how to fight.
No, but you know the way it is. You got to be
I
careful
do,
who
I
you
know.
hang around with, especially at the early years. You
Listen,
know?
these days now, the young fellas to me, I mean, I don't know. There's some lads that are really, really good at football and stuff like that, and they getting messed up in all sorts of serious stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just getting worse. I was saying the other day to Chelsea, I was saying about the idea of like, you know, when you had a scuffle with somebody back in the day, like that was it. You both got you a chance to go away and cool off. In a way, like now it doesn't. Now, like when it goes behind doors, it's only escalating because then the phone and he sends him a video and it doesn't get that chance to cool off now. You know.
Yeah, I never thought of that. So you'd be more in touch with the youth than me, you know, because like yeah, I kind of like traveling two different worlds, one here and one on the road. So it's kind of I'm missing the youth because in your club now you'll have a lot of teenagers and all that kind of shit. I don't. I just have like a core crew and that's it. You know what I mean? I don't take anyone that's not like man enough to take a fucking hide and that's it. You know what I mean?
I love the story that you had the other day about was it Chewy? Was it Chew?
Do you know who that is?
Yeah,
I didn't know who the fuck he was.
see it in the car. Yoko was like, I'm dying to hear what happens here.
Oh man, yeah, because I was just like, fuck, who is it? I was like, what the fuck is he like coming to my gym?
If you don't know what that is, you have to go and watch his vlog because a guy that rolls into Colin's club. Colin runs a massive club on the beach in Lagos, right? And it's a guy walks in that's a high level black belt, but is the most respectful motherfucker there. And Colin kind of like, what are you on about? And it turns out this lad is a legit ninja.
I think he was world champion. Do you know that?
Yeah, no, I'd say so as well, yeah. And like
Same as fucking first ever black belt.
Braulio was high level, man.
Not a fucking word he said. Just came in and he had a little bag like. Did you ever see Kung Fu Kane? Did you?
we know talking about it. I was like,
Fuck this guy, and especially when I wrote to him first, is that your real name? He goes, yeah, I'm half Chinese. It's like, all right, you know what I mean? It all went wrong from the get go for me. That was, yeah. Like, do I owe you any money? He was like, no, just get out, sort of a thing, you know. But it's kind of funny. You never know who Jesus is.
It's a great line. I was just about to say that there. You never know when God is in the room. It's isn't it a madness, isn't it?
Well, there's a book called Illusions. It's my favorite book, Paddy, and I don't read. I don't want to say I don't read. I've started reading. I'll show you what I'm on now. I'm on the friend of mine, White Roger. It is called the Ragged Trouser Philanthropist. It's about a painter and decorator who philosophizes about the world. Apparently, it's about me.
I say at the time.
Yeah, it's an interesting book. It's a real about a real guy. But I'm reading that at the time. But he sent me this other book called Illusions. Did he tell you about this one? Did he?
What year is that one set in?
This one's set in 1940 or 50. It's an old book, you know. Well, Illusions is one of the first books I ever read. I never read much. Since I've come back here now, I've started reading. And it's brilliant, you know. But the Illusions book is about the second coming of Christ. Did he tell you this one? Did he?
Oh.
It's an old book. The Story of a Reluctant Messiah is the name of the book. Illusions, great book. I always buy it for people and sign it and give it to them. It's one of those books that you kind of give to people. It's an easy read, you know. And it's not about Jesus. It's about the guy who meets him. It's not a religious book or anything like that. And the guy who meets him is this guy that flies biplanes. You know, like the plane with the two wings. And he goes around the Midwest of America, and he lands in these spots where there's a fair on. And he brings people up for a spin for a fucking couple of dollars back in 1940 something, right? And he's there, and it's just about him doing his fucking shit. And then one day, he sees this plane coming in, a black plane, biplane, and it lands next to his plane in this field. And who the fuck's this guy? And he notices there's no bugs on the window, and your man's spotless, and it's Jesus, but he's kind of not into it. He just looks flying planes, and he has this little book with him. And every time the guy goes by, the book flickers with the wind and it lands on a page and he reads a bit out of the page. It's a fucking masterpiece of a book. But you never know who you're talking to. It might be Jesus.
That's a great way to follow walk your way through life, isn't it? Like, and I won't say I would do that, but I just find that, like, I'm interested in meeting people when they first come in the door, you know? Like, when they first come in, it's like, all right, what about you? You know what I mean?
I'm the complete opposite.
I know, yeah, I know when you were saying that.
Because you want something. I always presume you want something because you do. What do you want? Do you want to train, or do you not want to train? Do you want to waste my time? Do you not want to waste my time? More than likely, you don't want to train because if you see what you have to do, you don't want to do that. So what do you want then? Well, I don't have what you're looking for. Did I tell you about the guy that showed up here? I was getting all these. I actually changed my phone number because this guy kept emailing me and sending me messages and then ringing me and all this sort of stuff. Did I tell you about this guy? Did I?
Oh.
Another Jesus story. So I'm here one day and there was some horses over in the field. The gypsies had left some horses over in the field and there was no water for them there all day. It was fucking 40 degrees. So I was going up. There was 6 horses and I was going up with 2 buckets at a time, watering these horses twice a day, right? And it was a good charitable deed for the day. And next of all, this guy runs down the steps towards me. Colin Byrne. And I'm like, what the fuck? I go, who are you? I didn't say it was me, you know. And he goes, I've been looking for you for 2 years. It's like, obviously you weren't looking fucking hard.
I've been here.
You know what I mean? I was like, well, I'm kind of busy feeding the fuck. If you want to talk to me, come with me and come to the horses. And he gives me this whole speech about he wants me to be his master and his guru and all this. And like, dude, I'm nobody's master, no one's guru. I'm just me looking after me fucking self. I'm driving the bus. If you want to get on for a stop or two, you're more than welcome. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And he just telling me like he dislocated his shoulder 10 times every time he moves or falls out. When he goes surfing, comes out. I was like, this may be not the sport for you. Skinny little dude. Look at the kind of guy, you know. Didn't look. He wasn't Portuguese, but like, and he was wearing this like almost like a communist outfit. You know, like a communist outfit. That kind of, you know, that kind of. But looked like it wasn't cheap either. You know, that kind of way. And he was kind of dark, and he told me he was an artist and a tattoo artist. I was like, well, show me if you're a tattoo artist, you may as well be covered in shit that you did on yourself. Then you're not a tattoo. You haven't sacrificed a leg for your tattoos. Show me a leg. Then you're not. I don't want you sticking a needle on me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so we started. He came backwards and forwards, and normally like I'd say, look, come back in 6 months and see if they do. And he came up and fed the horses with me, and then I said, look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let you come Monday and Wednesday for the first hour, and if your shoulder dislocates, you're gone. Understand me? And he goes, right. So he showed up, and he showed up like, I like to come down here maybe an hour before the class, Paddy, but I don't want to talk to anyone for an hour before the class, right?
No.
Right? I just want to sit on the wall, have a coffee, have a juice. I don't want someone coming down. I'm just trying to get into that. Because I know what I'm going to do, and then I'm just trying to, you know yourself. You have to switch on before you teach a class, because you're giving a lot of yourself. You know what this is like. Anyway, I'm here. It's a performance. Yeah, like anyone that performs. So I'm here, psyching myself up, having me coffee, and then about 3 quarters before, the guy comes in the door, and he goes, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm here to... So the class isn't for another 3 quarters. Oh, you may fuck off somewhere else. Like, I'm busy here, you know what I mean? There's nobody here. And he kept coming in. I said, listen, dude, look, the class starts at 6, right? Come down at 5 or 10 if you want to. And then Danny, did you meet Danny, the lad from Liverpool? Did you meet Danny? Did you?
Oh, we did, yeah. Good lad, him.
Yeah, good lad, Dan. Yeah. He's a great lad, right? Well, he sent me a video one day. He was here before me, and he was like, there's a lad running around the fucking, doing laps in the fucking white room. So I had to pull him on that. So every time, it was kind of like, he was like this kind of like, I don't know what he was like. He was just like raw piece of fucking material that was looking for guidance. And I didn't want to be the guy that started to turn him into something, if you know what I mean. But he was there all the time. I tell him to do something, he'd only do that and only that. And I said, look, stop running around the fucking mat. You're going to wear it out. Do something productive, like, here's a routine you can do on a stick or on a Bocan or something like that. And then you just do that. And then I'd have to show him something else. He would never progress on, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, I let him train. His shoulder never dislocated. Then I was away. I was a thing. And then someone told me, yeah, what's on your leg? Turned out he had staph. I've never had one skin infection. So I made an example of him, banned him for life.
You're a bad person. And that's that last you seen him?
Yeah.
Oh, right. But like, yeah, but that's a serious thing, though, isn't it? Like, see when this all kicks off, like with the thing. Yeah. Like, weird. Like, I
will let him back in, Paddy. But it was just an example. I'll say you're banned for life, never come back. But I let him back.
Yeah, if he turns back, it's like,
But it's kind of like He was like a couple of someone told me he stank, and I said, look, he was wearing he said he'd be wearing the same clothes every time he trained. He said he was washing them and bringing them back, and I just said, look, you need like I'm not here to teach you how to fucking cut your fingernails. Do you know what I mean? Like you need to be. I'm here to teach you martial arts, not how to fucking wash your jocks. You know what I mean?
I know.
At some stage, you got to be at a certain level before you walk in to deal with me.
Yeah.
I'm not here to go back to when you were fucking 6 and you should have learned all that shit then. Otherwise, like me and you ain't gonna. You got to bring something to the fucking table. Do you know what I mean?
I've had somebody like say somebody would get ring one.
Yeah.
And they would ring you at 10 o'clock at night and they'd be like, oh, Paddy, what will I do? Will I go to the hospital? It's like, what?
Yeah.
Relax. Chill the fuck
Never
out.
come back. Never.
Just relax. Like, but when you're telling them what to do and how to do it and stuff like that, like, do you know what they never do? And this is a big point. They never wash their training bag. So they do everything, right? And they just keep putting the stain back into their bag and they're like, it keeps coming back and it's like, I'm getting it off you. And you're like, mate, I'm immune to it. I could eat a ringworm and I'd be grand.
I've never had one infection here. I've never had any of the lads have any infection here. I'm just like fairly strict on the rules. I don't have that much of a footfall either. But even big groups come over, like say Andy Ryan brings like 50 lads over. But they're fucking. Do you know what? When 50 lads come in from Andy Ryan's gym and they leave the dojo, you wouldn't think anyone was there.
Respect. Well raised.
I have 8 lads in my place, and the place is bleeding chaos after they fucking leave. Do you know what I mean? Bottles everywhere. This there, forgot me top. Me bleeding, picking up some sweaty t-shirt. Like, come on.
Listen, let's just skip past that. Becoming a daddy soon.
Daddy, oh yeah.
The crack.
I think I'll be all right.
Listen, what I say to people when they're going to become a dad is, it's in you. It's like a little bottle, and the minute the baby is born, it spills into your blood, and you just go. It's like fighting. If someone punches you in the face, it's like you either fight or flight. You know, it happens in that moment, and that's what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, and then at 12, he's going to go to Thailand for a year, live in a gym, and take the name of the gym and fight 100 fights.
And there you go. Yeah, like you can do it.
Well, yeah, because like you have to have this kind of like I think you have to have it like a transition from boy to man at some stage in your fucking life. Mine was cycling, I suppose, but yours was fighting. But I think the earlier you do it, the better, because you realise what it's about. If you know what I mean, it's not. Yeah. You know, it's not all about roses and fucking and sweet smells. You know, like there's some cunts out there. Do you know what I mean? And if you're not ready for it, they'll find you.
And the mad thing is, them cunts find people and use them.
Yeah, and you're just too nice. He was just too nice. You know what I mean? There's loads of them. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I think I think it's a great place to bring up a kid to a certain age here, as in because you're going to learn about stuff that I don't know about. I only learn about the sea. I don't know fuck all about the sea, Paddy. I tell you, and give a good example of the sea. I went out in the. Have you gone out in the kayaks here?
No, we went out on the actual boat. I was trying to do the kayak thing, but we had too much of a group.
Too much of a current. So they bring you out and they bring you to this little secret little beach. They're all little secret beaches, right? And they bring you to this one. And we went there. One of the first trips ever over. It was the lads from Cork. What were they called? They used to have a gym in
Trials.
No, before all that, the first ever one. It was related to the guy from Cage Warriors.
Yeah, Trials that was. MMA Academy.
No, before that. Clinic. MMA Clinic, right? They come over and we went out and they brought us into this little beach and to have a break and then paddle back because now they pull you back with a boat, but then you used to have to paddle back and they were all bleeding they bollocks, right? So we came in, and when we came in, there was a bit of a wave had happened, and we all like surfed in on the boat. And when we came in, we surfed, but we turned the boat sideways and the boat capsized, and I had sunglasses on. The sunglasses were gone. And I started looking where the sunglasses went into the water. And the guy who was the instructor swam over about 45, 50 meters over to the left, dives down, and here's the glasses. And I was like, how the fuck are they there? Because the water comes in and the water goes back out. So it doesn't come in and out.
Swish wash.
It goes around. It doesn't come in. That's why you get these little rip currents. I didn't know anything about that. I just thought it comes in, goes out, comes like an accordion. Nah. Comes in, finds its way back out. His own little route, the easiest way out. That's where the shit is, you know. But I think for like learning those type of skills that I don't have, like I have this thing where I want to, you know, the 200 steps. I want to swim from here to the 200 steps, then run the 200 steps, and that scares the shit out of me. Now it's
How
only
far is it?
I'd say it's a 25-minute swim, but you're in deep water for 25 minutes. Now I can swim for an hour, but I'm touching the pool at the end, right?
The shark would freak me out. That's the only thing that freaks me out with sharks.
Nah, don't mind sharks.
No, we can't stand it. Like, I'm freaked out with sharks. But with a swim, I would nail that swim. If there's anything I'm good at, it's sea swimming, Colin.
Tell you what you got to watch out for. Dolphins.
Why?
Sharks with smiles.
Would they bite? Yeah?
They kill people every now and then, yeah.
Fuck off. I say that, really?
Yeah.
It's like,
Fuck with them things.
Drag them out.
Look, can you imagine me swimming away next while you hit something and it's you feel that fucking thing and think, what the fuck is that thing? And it's a big dolphin. You think it was a shark, wouldn't you?
You know what I've heard of people doing? Jumping into dive spots and hitting seals and breaking their neck.
Wow.
You wouldn't even think of it, you know what I mean?
Right.
You dive in and bang.
Yeah, they're like Labradors, aren't they?
Oh,
Labradors.
Stop. I remember we were out in the 41, my oldest young fella turning. Right now, he can swim as well. He's been swimming in the sea since he's been. And two seals pop up behind me, or whatever they called, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I seen it on his face, and you know, it was behind me. It was like.
Behind me, isn't it?
Oh, I was like, what is it? He pushes me, right? and climbs up onto the rocks behind him. And I turns around and there's these two seals behind me. And he's like this, don't. I'm getting pushing me the rocks and I'm already bleeding. I was like, that was a shark. Cheers. You just got your dad chewed up.
No. Look, I swam with a what you call it, a marlin before.
A big long fish house.
Oh yeah, with the spike on his fucking thing, like a 200 kilo yoke. So we there's a couple of lads here. One of the lads, Matt is his name. They call him Caesar, because he's got a bit of a presence about him, you know. And he has a boat, and we'll go out. They go out all the time fishing, but I go once a year, big game fishing, and we go about 25 miles out. And this time we were fishing for marlin, sometimes tuna, but this one was marlin. And you've got like 7 rods, like 3 here, 2 here, another 2 out the side here, right? And then we're going at like say 6 knots trolling, and you've got a little like a spinner on the back, not a spinner, but
a lure.
All right. The next while you just see the fin coming up, and then it hits it, boom, and then the rod has like 3 kilometers of fucking line on it, and you just go stop the boat, and then like, oh, okay, he wants it, and like, I'll get it then. And strap yourself into the fucking seat, and that thing fucking goes for a kilometer. And then we stop the boat, and you just let it run, and then you look up, and then it just like, boom, boom, like already like fucking half a kilometer away, and then we go after it, and takes like whatever amount of time to catch it, an hour and a half to get the fucking thing in, and then we release it. But this lad, anyway, didn't he, when he jumped up, because they've got a beak, you see, they've only got one little bit of flesh, so they'll unhook easy enough. But when he unhooked, didn't the thing wrap around his tail, and we dragged it backwards for an hour. You know what I mean? So, not good for a fish. If anyone knows about fish, if you want to drown a fish, drag him backwards. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
If you put a fish backwards into the water, it'll drown. Their gills aren't designed to go the other way. So this lad was fucking like, you know, they're beautiful animals, but there's a chance of reviving them. So we just dragged them along the side of the boat for about half an hour forward to get the stuff out of the gills, and he came back around again.
In reverse.
Yeah,
that's mad about having a little flashback there that we brought someone back to life in me bleeding dream last night. That's a mad one there. You were saying that there, and I'm about having a little like, phew, you know, to be dream like.
So we brought him back to life, and then we jumped off the boat, and then with the goggles and swam with him, you know, when he was kind of half dozy before, like, because those boys can move.
Stop it. That thing will go straight through you, it would. And but like, now that would freak me out. But I'd be all into that swim up there. It does not like I do. I can sea swim.
I tell you what's mad, when you're 25 miles out and you jump in, and it's 1.5 kilometers deep, and the colour and the light going through the water, and you swim down a little bit, and you just see these like spears of light coming through, and it's blue, darker, black, and it's 1.5 kilometers deep. And it's freaky. It's like being in space, especially if you swim down a little bit. Fuck me, it's heavy. Yeah, I got out. Get out of the water fairly fast now, I tell you. Into the boat.
They're the places in the world that that I'd say the most mysterious things are in there with crevasses and like that and stuff like that. Crevasses and the end of the ocean, and that's where the mysteries are.
Do you ever see the lads that do the free dive? Have you seen those boys?
Yeah, they can do it for 8 minutes and 12 minutes and stuff like that. I'm holding their breath.
The craziest ones are the guys that do with no fins. Have you seen those guys? Because you get the mad cunts that do they do the sled. Have you seen that? You've seen the different ones.
Yeah.
He pulls the sled goes fucking straight down. He shoots down to the fucking bottom, pulls the tag, pulls a fucking air jack, and he shoots back up again. He's on the one breath. They're the nut jobs. Now I'll tell you who's nuttier than him, the rescue diver. You seen those boys?
With the big like tin suits.
No, he's got there's a rescue diver on the bottom in case something goes wrong, like fucking whatever 300 meters or wherever he's down, right? And this lad has got about 8 different canisters on him, all different mixtures, because at different depths you're gonna have a different mixture of the oxygen. And that lad takes him 3 hours to get back up to the surface again, because he's got to go stop for a while, then change his mixture. They're the nuttiest jobs, not this guy shooting down and shooting back up again. Have you seen the rescue? Have you seen the rescue of your man on the sled?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I'm actually I'm googling what the name of it was there. That's amazing, and he's on the bottom of the thing for his air tank runs out and stuff.
No, he shoots down the thing. The sled breaks, sticks, and he just stops there, and nothing happened in the pitch dark. He's just there with his eyes closed with a nose peg on. He's just waiting to die, or the rescue diver.
There's a film I seen, and it's based on a true story, and the guy is a diver, but he gets stuck on the bottom. But there's sharks everywhere, and he can't come back up because he has to wait 5 minutes at that space and stuff like that. But they lose him. The ship has to go off and come back, and he's there for hours. I think it's called The End of the Ocean or Deep Deep or something like that. Something like that. The film is, you put it in, you find it. I'm trying to find this other film I was watching the week, and I'm not. If you think they're mad bastards, climb.
Have you seen the film The Big Blue?
No.
Remember Leon? It's the guy from Leon, and he's a free diver. It's the World Championships in free diving. It's a fucking great movie. It's a classic. It's like Betty Blue. Have you seen Betty Blue?
No.
Betty Blue is like a classic from the 80s. It's 37 Degrés de la Matin. It's a French movie. But once you get over the first 15 minutes of reading the subtitles, it's an amazing film. It's just a cult classic about this guy who goes out this crazy bitch, and he never makes excuses for her. He's always fucking things up for him, but he just loves her unconditionally. It's just about unconditional love. It's a great movie.
That's like my relationship.
Yeah.
I'm only messing. Free Solo. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Colin?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this Free Solo film, it's about climbers that climb the most scariest climbs in the world, and they don't use ropes.
Yeah. There's something in that though.
Oh, stop. Imagine every day you go there, it feels like that's a 5 times 10. It feels like you're going to die, because there's a good chance, there's 90% chance you are going to die.
Well, I don't think that comes into it. I don't think they feel like they're going to die. I don't think a lot of people think those guys have a death wish or whatever. They don't. They're just confident in their abilities.
There's one jump he's doing it where he's setting up in his studio over and over again. So it's this jump, and nobody in the world has done it, and there's a big list of people that have died doing it. Yeah. And there's 1 or 2 techniques, and it's a leap. So it's not like a climb where you have to do it, but there's a certain technique. Yeah, and he's got a leap for it. And it's stop, man. Imagine going.
You'd be good at climbing.
I'd say I've got the body for it in a way.
You've got that wiry kind of strong body, you know.
And I can engage in connections, you know what I mean, in a way.
Any bouldering places or anything? The bouldering places are the best.
There's one up the road here. I do go up to it a little bit. Not as much as I should, but I'd love to do it outdoor.
You got to do the indoor first. The outdoor, you got to hurt your ankles and stuff, you know.
Yeah, no, it says, but I've seen a few people doing that, and you can see how it's addictive. It's the
indoor is better because you got much better bang for buck. You can get much more reps in under safe conditions, and then you can change it around, see which one you want to do. And there's a really good one down in Inchicore, in the industrial estate down there.
This one's even bigger now up the road. I'll bring it to the next time you're over.
Yeah, there's one here. I love it. It's great. Now, obviously, it's not open.
Before I let you go, what do you think is next for the big lad? It's a bit mad going around this fight island and all, isn't it?
Connor?
This fight island thing is a mental joke, isn't it?
Tell you what he's doing. He's training fucking hard.
Yeah, you can see it.
Because we still have him on the fast program, so every day myself and the doc does out the schedule for the week, and he sends a video of what he did and what he's doing and stuff like that. But he's into it. It's great.
Yeah, isolation suits him.
Like you found the real love for it and all the chaos where you think, like, because I always wanted a good ending to it, and he's only getting better. Like, he's only getting better. Like, and the times he's doing for the runs, the times he's doing on the rollers, the times the what he's putting out on the watt bike, and he was wondering why he was getting so good on all these things, and said, well, all of a sudden you just turn into an athlete if you train all the time, and he's just like, he's turned into this like elite athlete, and he's a fucking savant.
Yeah,
he's a fucking savant. I mean, who else can do that? Go in there in your jocks in front of 20,000 people. Imagine that pressure at that last fight. Fuck me. And then just grab him, boom, nothing happens, boom, nothing happens, boom, and then head kicks him. Sake.
Yeah, no, it was an elite performance. A real cool performance.
It's just savant. It's just like, there's guys that are just like special, and then there's everybody else. And he's just one of those. I didn't know him in a man of force he had something, but fuck me. He makes me proud.
Daily, you should be. You've been doing good work. The boys have been doing savage work, man.
Yeah.
It's
What think's next for him? It's hard the way this plays out now, because obviously that fight just got cancelled. I don't care. That guy that showed up for the Cowboy fight will be anyone at 155 and 170. Any of them.
Yeah, no, listen, I was only watching the fight. It got posted up this morning again, the Khabib fight, and it's just, the more I watch it, and people can say what the fuck they want, I don't care. The more I watch it, I think Khabib would be panicking on a second.
If that guy, because that wasn't Conor that showed up that day, that was whatever. But that was his worst ever performance, and that's Khabib on his best. That dude that showed up for that Cowboy fight would be anybody at 170. Anybody at 155. I put my fucking house on it.
Danny, that's exciting. Colin, we're going to love you later, brother. You know that? Because I'd sit here and talk to you all day. If you haven't checked out Colin's vlog, make sure you check out Shinobi's vlog.
Well, check out we're going to do I'm putting it on Instagram now as well. So I put it on YouTube first, and now I'm putting it on GTV. So, Serpico Ninja. And getting a lot of love off. I'm getting a lot of private messages off from people. And I'm enjoying doing it. So I've got one to do tonight. And also I started my own podcast, Paddy Holohan. So you on as a guest.
Nice.
Me and Lebowski have got back into it again. So
Lebowski, that sly bastard. He was saying I was going to help me out of the
He is, boy. I got in there first. So
yeah, listen, keep him and hold him, because I love that man. He's a good man.
We did one today. We did our first one back. We haven't done one in 3 years or whatever since I had to walk in Lagos with him. So we're gonna have people on. We'll have you on.
He's a real soul. Don't hang up on me there, right? Let me hang up there so I can do this. So, because you're losing on me. You want to check? I'm gonna send you over the video. Want to check me editing now? I'm an animal.
Go on, you animal.
Colin, look after yourself, mate.
All right.
Colin Byrne. There's very few men out there that we could sit there and just talk to all day long, but Colin's definitely one of them. If you haven't checked out his vlog yet, check out his vlog. If you haven't got out to his gym out in the Shinobi Academy, amazing. Someplace that is. Hope everyone's keeping well. Hope we have another week in the bag, and that we could literally let you go out your back and have a bottle of beer or a cup of tea and listen to two lads just having a conversation to kind of distract us from all of this madness. Look after yourself.